Hello everyone, I am Meenu Agarwal and today I will be discussing the topic types of biosensors. This lecture is in continuation with the previous lecture in which I have discussed about what are biosensor, its component characteristics and implications. Classification of biosensors. Biosensors are classified into two groups. First is based on the biological element that is used in the analysis. Second is the method of transduction. Some of the commonly used biological elements or biorecognition elements are DNA, enzymes, antibodies, microorganisms, tissues, cell receptors, etc. The next and most commonly used classification of biosensor, it is based on the type of transduction that is used in the sensor. Basically, the type of physiochemical that is resulting from the sensing event. Electrochemical biosensors. These are simple devices that are based on the measurement of electric current, ionic or conductor chains that is carried out by bioelectrodes. These sensors, they employ redox reactions to quantify the amount of an analyte, the current that is flowing through the system, or the potential difference between the electrodes as a result of the oxidation and reduction reaction involving the analyte. They are used for its quantification in the sample. Electrochemical sensors, they are having certain advantages. They have more stable output, they have high sensitivity, they have fast response, and they suffer from lesser interference. Amperometric biosensors. Amperometric biosensors, they function by the production of a current when a potential is applied between two electrodes. They generally have response time, dynamic ranges, and sensitivities that is similar to the potentiometric biosensor. The simplest amperometric biosensor in common usage, it involved the Clark oxygen electrode. In this figure, systematic diagram of a simple amperometric biosensor is shown. This consists of a platinum cathode at which oxygen is reduced and a silver chloride reference electrode. When a potential is applied between the central platinum cathode and silver anode, a current proportional to the oxygen concentration is produced. Normally, both electrodes are bathed in the solution of a saturated potassium chloride and separated from the bulk solution by an oxygen permeable plastic membrane. The following reaction occurs. The efficient reduction of oxygen at the surface of the cathode, it causes the oxygen concentration there to be effectively zero. The rate of this electrochemical reduction therefore depends on the rate of diffusion of the oxygen from the bulk solution, which is dependent on the concentration gradient and hence the bulk oxygen concentration. A typical application for this simple type of biosensor is the determination of glucose concentrations by the use of an immobilized glucose oxidase membrane. The reaction results in a reduction of the oxygen concentration as it diffuses through the biocatalytic membrane to the cathode, this being detected by a reduction in the current between the electrodes. Potentiometric biosensor, they make use of ion selective electrodes in order to transduce the biological reaction into the electrical signal. In the simplest term, this consists of an immobilized enzyme membrane surrounding the probe from a pH meter, where the catalyzed reaction generates or absorbs hydrogen ions. The reaction occurring next to the thin sensing glass membrane causes a change in pH, which may be read directly from the pH meter display. Now, typical of the use of such electrode is that the electrical potential, it is determined at very high impedance that allow effectively zero current flow and causing no interference with the reaction. In this figure, a simple potentiometric biosensor has been shown. A semi-permeable membrane that surrounds the biocatalyst entrapped next to the active glass membrane of a pH probe. The electric potential, it is generated between the internal Ag-AgCl electrode that is bathed in dilute HCl and an external reference electrode. Conductometric biosensors. There are several reactions in the biological system that bring about changes in the ionic species. These ionic species alter the electrical conductivity, which can be further measured. A very good example of conductometric biosensor is the urea biosensor utilizing immobilized urease. Urease catalyzes the following reaction. This reaction is associated with drastic alteration in ionic concentration, which can be used for monitoring urea concentration. In fact, urea biosensor, they are very successfully used during dialysis and renal surgery. Calorimetric biosensors. Several biological reactions, they are associated with the production of heat, and this forms the basis of calorimetric biosensors. These biosensors are also referred as thermometric biosensors or thermal biosensors. These sensors involve the measurement of heat that is generated in an enzymatic reaction. These sensors typically utilize thermistors that transform heat generated or lost during a reaction into an electrical signal. Here, the analyte is the substrate for the enzyme. Now this figure shows a typical setup of a calorimetric sensor. Now how this works? The entire sensing setup, it is surrounded by an insulated jacket to ensure that there is no loss of heat generated during the reaction. The enzyme, it is immobilized in a packed bed column that is placed in the center of the insulated chamber. Now the sample is allowed to pass through a coiled column of aluminium that serves as a heat exchanger to ensure uniform temperature of the sample that is entering the reaction chamber. A thermistor is also placed at the inlet of the reactor containing the immobilized enzyme, and another thermistor, it is placed at the exit of the reactor to measure the temperature after the conversion of the substrate to product. A thermistor records temperature changes by altering its resistance. Higher temperatures will cause reduction in the resistance of the thermistor. The difference in the resistance between thermistors located at the entry and exit point to the reactor is recorded as a measure of the temperature that is changed as a result of the passage of the sample. Now, there are certain limitations or disadvantages of calorimetric sensor. First is the necessity of maintaining an insulated jacket to prevent the loss of heat by radiation. It makes the system bulky. Second, the sensitivity, it depends on the accuracy of the thermistors that are employed. Generally, the sensitivity of calorimetric sensor is very low. The sample volume that is required for obtaining a detectable difference in the temperature is large. Periodic replacement of the enzyme is also required. So these are certain limitations of this sensor. Optical biosensors. These are the devices that utilize the principle of optical measurements like absorbance, fluorescence, chemiluminescence, etc. They employ the use of fiber optics and optoelectronic transducers. These biosensors primarily involve enzymes and antibodies as their transducing elements. Now they have certain advantages. Optical biosensor, they allow a safe non-electrical remote sensing of material. These biosensors, they usually do not require reference sensors, as the comparative signal can be generated using the same source of light as the sampling sensor. Some of the very important optical biosensor I will be discussing in the next slide. Fiber optic lactate biosensor. The working of this biosensor is based on the measurement of changes in molecular oxygen concentration by determining the quenching effect of oxygen on a fluorescent dye. The reaction that is catalyzed by the enzyme lactate monooxygenase is being shown here. The amount of fluorescence generated by the dyed film is totally dependent on the oxygen. This is because oxygen has a quenching, that is reducing effect on the fluorescence. As the concentration of lactate in the reaction mixture increases, oxygen is utilized, and consequently there is a proportional decrease in the quenching effect. This results in an increase in the fluorescent output, which can be further measured. Optical biosensors for blood glucose. Estimation of blood glucose, it is very important for monitoring the diabetes. So a very simple technique involving paper strips impregnated with reagents is used for this purpose. The intensity of the color of the dye, it can be measured by using a portable reflectance meter. Colorimetric test strips of cellulose that are coated with appropriate enzymes and reagents are in use for the estimation of several blood and urine parameters. Luminescent biosensors to detect urinary infections. The microorganisms in the urine causing urinary tract infection, they can be detected by employing luminescent biosensors. For this purpose, the immobilized enzyme, namely luciferase, is used. The microorganism on lysis, it releases ATP, which can be detected by the reaction that is given. The quantity of light output can be measured by electronic devices. Piezoelectric biosensors. These are based on the principle of acoustics, that is sound vibrations. Hence, they are also called as acoustic biosensors. Piezoelectric crystals, they form the basis of these biosensors. The crystals with positive and negative charges, they vibrate with characteristic frequencies. Now, adsorption of certain molecules on the crystal surface alters the resonance frequencies, which can be measured by electronic devices. Enzymes with gaseous substrates or inhibitors can also be attached to these crystals. Now, these biosensors have certain limitations. It is very difficult to use these biosensors to determine substances in solution. This is because the crystal may cease to oxalate completely in viscous liquids. That's all for today. If you find this lecture useful, then please let me know. And if you are having any query, then please write in the comment box below. Thank you.